Andre. It's only Wednesday, but guess what? Our long national nightmare is over because we've got football.
Normally I was realizing you say this joke every time, but I have action on sports every single day of the week. Like Monday through Sunday, I'm not missing. And I rarely have money on just one game.
Yeah, I know, but there's just something different about betting on, Manchester United to lose to some team from Istanbul, and betting on college football or NFL football, as I have been using this phrase for in the past few weeks. But Andre, I don't think you understand how important this day really is. We have just erased the one of the 2 days in which we don't have football to bet on. We're down to 1 day a week.
It's true. It's really phenomenal. And leave it to Middle America to say this. It's where this entire election is based around, and they give us mid-week college football. Like what's better? Thank you, MACtion. It is so amazing to have you back.
Return of the Mac this evening. And we couldn't be happier. I can't believe you can bet on football 6 days a week. Like, we need to appreciate that more as a country. These are the type of things that can bring us together.
Yes, I couldn't agree more, my friend. I could not agree more.
But speaking of bringing us together, we are actually doing the opposite of that tonight because it's Fade the Public week here on the show. And so we're all about division. We want to go against people's wishes.
The transition.
So we start here in the MAC. There's 6 games. Unfortunately, 2 of them have already kicked off. It looks like we've already got scores in both of them here, as you can see on the DraftKings Sportsbook website here. But we're just going to let those go. 6 games on a Wednesday is a lot. We need to ease ourselves in anyway. So we're going to start here with Ball State at Miami of Ohio. Yeah. And a great opportunity. Well, no, this one actually isn't a great. It actually is a good Fade the Public game. So you got Ball State +2. They're getting 44% of the bets. They're getting 69% of the handle. That sets off green lights for us on FDP week. Mm-hmm. And so lock them in, Ball State.
Ball State. My only concern is there is that action model that made us a lot of money last week.
He's back.
There is the action model that made us a lot of money last week in college football. The opening game matchup where it's just the team playing at home, opening game that made the postseason the year prior. That likes Miami of Ohio.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing here is that since I wrote down my data, the line has shifted 1.5 points from Ball State +2. No, sorry. It shifted 2.5 points from Ball State +2 to Ball State -0.5. Ooh. So that money coming in was strong money.
Yeah. So did the Sharps just get us and beat us to Fading the Public?
I think we were late.
We were late to Fading the Public. And before we go any further, 20% profit boost when you have a 3 or more leg parlay on the MAC. And I mean, we want to watch the MACtion, but we want to do it in a truly MACtion way. That's how you live life, kids.
MACtion is all about the chaos.
Oh, yeah.
And it's something that you must embrace when you bet on the MAC. It's something that you have to live in, and you have to thrive in the chaos.
Damn straight.
So I don't know. I mean, are we going to trust the model here rather than our theme week?
May I suggest a parlay for the model and a parlay for the theme week?
Is there a lot of options here from the model?
Yeah. Enough to make a nice parlay. Right,
let's keep going through here because maybe I'll change my mind. Right now, I'm kind of leaning Miami, Ohio. I think we were late on the sharp movement.
Yep, that's right. So now you're going off your Ball State. We're in on Miami of Ohio. Shout out Big Ben. That's his alma mater. Also a very good hockey school.
Miami,
Next.
Ohio, going to hereby claim Ball State.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, sure. Then Buffalo at Northern Illinois. This isn't Northern Illinois when the Huskies were dominating the MAC 4 or 5 years ago. Buffalo's kind of the big dogs in the conference. They are not part of the model because they are in fact on the road. -14. I kind of like Buffalo here.
Yeah, I do too. This is one where the public and the sharps are on the same page here. So that is not a fade the public opportunity in our eyes. So I think we just ride with Buffalo here.
That's right. It fits none of our models. The fade the public. Yeah. That's how that falls through. Then we have shout out to Khalil Mack, Tyreek Jackson, and the other NFL products from Buffalo. I will name an NFL product from every MAC selection we make, which leads me to Central Michigan.
Wait, but who did you say? Did you say Big Ben for Miami of Ohio?
That's right, Big Ben. Yeah.
Okay.
Central Michigan against Ohio. Ohio, new quarterback, has me concerned. He was a sneaky little MAC quarterback, and Central Michigan, I believe that's the Chippewas. Shout out to Cooper Rush.
How about Antonio Brown?
Ooh, very good. Yes, Antonio Brown. The model like Central Michigan made the postseason last year, +3. That's gone up from it was at 205 in some places. What's the public saying on this game, Ryan?
The public, 48% of the bets on Central Michigan, 77% of the money. You know what that means? Fade them.
Fade them, which means we're in on the Chippewas.
We are in on the Chippewas. It adds up with everything that we believe.
Beautiful.
Perfect candidate.
Now, the other game that fits the model, sadly, is already starting, so you're not going to get the odds. But if we scroll up just a second, we have Kent State. Kent State, really nice. Best quarterback in the MAC. If you got in with them at -5.5, that's real nice. That's moved to 11.5. Yeah. I might still jump in on 11
now. They must have just punted.
Oh, that's a shame. But anyways, that is one parlay I have is Central Michigan, Miami of Ohio, and Kent State in there. Now you're saying like, oh, Andre,
14.5.
Oh, jeez.
It's just going like crazy.
Terrible. You're saying, Andre, you started the show too late. That's not going to work for me for a parlay. I have 2 legs. Give me a third. Can I interest you in a windy under for the Toledo game where the gusts of wind are very noteworthy, let's say, and that under 53 becomes extra juicy? Ryan, we've said we are not, I was going to say mathematicians. In an amateur way, I am. But we're not weathermen. We've stayed away from the windy unders.
So we're not meteorologists.
We are not. Despite the A+ I got in college on my meteorology class to get those 3 gen ed credits for science, that was a tough one. Windy unders, though, hitting 8 and 2 in the last 10.
I mean, yes. First of all, I'm always interested in a third leg, also, I mean, what can you do when Holy Toledo, the winds are blowing like crazy. So we gotta get in on this.
Well played. And I would say that, not just the MAC has been back, but the Midwest, again, big theme of this show. You got the Big Ten back, you got the MAC back, wins galore, windy unders. Now I'm backing on the windy unders. That's the third leg of your parlay right there.
You might say the winds of change are blowing in the Midwest.
Damn straight.
So we've got -24 there. That's a lot. But we like the under 63. We've got our guy here in the comments asking for the exact parameters of this parlay. So it's a 3-legger.
3-legger. Yep.
We're taking Buffalo.
Yep.
Central Michigan and the under in Bowling Green, Toledo. We have Miami of Ohio in here as well. I don't feel as confident in that pick.
That's right. I do think this is the safer parlay with that under, and then
don't forget to use your 20% profit boost that's
have to get that.
available at DraftKings Sportsbook. And while I mentioned that, we might as well just give a shout out to the good folks at DraftKings Sportsbook as you're looking at their beautifully curated website here. DraftKings Sportsbook, go ahead and sign up. Get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000 when you use the code DNVR when you get there. It's a top-rated sportsbook in the world, and it is fantastic in terms of your possibilities of promotions, all the fun little bets you can make, and the sign-up bonuses that you can get. Of course, $1,000 sign-up bonus when you use the code DNVR when you get there. So check them out, get in on all those awesome promotions, and let us know when you do, so we can, tell you, we can let you know how to get in on all the fun. So head over to DraftKings Sportsbook, download it, use the code DNVR when you sign up, let them know you're part of the DNVR family, and get in on this. Of course, you must be 21 or older. Colorado only deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough, and restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-522-4700. Again, to our guy here in the comments, we're going spreads.
Yeah, yep. Spreads is where it's going to get juicier. You can get that at plus 597. Then you add the boost. I've already applied my boost, so I can't do that for you. But that's going to be a nice little parlay for you.
What was it before pre-boost?
597.
So you're going to get another plus 120 on that with the boost.
Man, that's nice.
That is quite nice.
That is very nice.
I also like the idea of parlays when it comes to the MAC, because if we're being honest, they're unpredictable. You don't want to have too much money on the board when it comes to the MACtion. You just want to have a chance to hit big on a Wednesday, which never would have happened, and lose little if you lose.
Exactly. It's a buffet sampler. Yeah, we're not at a 5-star restaurant, but this buffet is going to have some good food to eat. Feast, pick wisely, but enjoy your feast, and just understand this isn't some high-class grub. Speaking of parlays, speaking of Manchester United, I had a 7-way parlay. 6 of those hit, Ryan. 6 hit. So not just me doubling down, tripling down, hammering it. Yeah, I should have hedged. But anyways, they lost me. They lost me a lot. I
realized after the Broncos game last week that I was an idiot for not hedging during that final drive, just because they were the last leg of the parlay. Yeah. And so I could have guaranteed myself a nice profit. I got lucky. I wasn't exactly thinking about, betting, which is probably a good thing.
Right. United was the first leg of the parlay, so I didn't know to hedge at that point.
Yeah, well, that means you went over on your parlay because it was already dead before it started.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, but I'm just saying, lots of hurt in these eyes. Okay, we're going to get to some Trends Day themes. We had some MACtion trends in there for you, but this is what we like to do on Wednesdays. As you've mentioned, it's FDP week?
FTP week.
FTP.
Unless we're getting, we want to go fade the public.
No. I've got so much data going on in my head. I can barely spell anymore, Ryan. Not that I could all that well prior to this. So we're going to get into that. I'm looking at what numbers we have, how the public is betting on this game, on these games. Again, we are first looking to fade the public and looking at bet percentages, not the percentage of the money. When we see big differences there, that's going to alert us. We're going to match it up with what my metrics say, and we'll see if it is a good week to fade the public and we want to stick to that strategy, or if we want to reevaluate and put some caveats in there. The public is highest on the Steelers, minus 14, 69% of the bets. They go against the Cowboys at home. Obviously, the metrics think the spread is way too big, but the metrics don't account for how bad the Cowboys quarterback situation is. It does look like Garrett Gilbert's going to play in this one. So I'd say there's a large caveat to this, maybe not being a fade the public candidate.
Yeah, I've already given this out as my lock of the week on the DNVR Broncos podcast. So I can't really go back on my word there. I think Steelers could win by 3 scores or more.
Wow, I didn't know you were making unsupervised bets and laying 2 touchdowns in the NFL without me. Okay.
Dude,
no, I mean, I tend to agree, friend.
Do you remember what they did to Daniel Jones? Can you imagine what they're going to do to Garrett Gilbert?
No, they're going to, Garrett Gilbert, come on. I wouldn't bet money on Garrett Gilbert at plus 14 if he was back in college. So forget in the NFL against the undefeated Steelers. All right, Ryan. The next game the public likes the most, 66% of the bets are on the Seahawks -3 at the Buffalo Bills.
What's the hand, or what are we seeing on the handle though?
The handle, for one, if 69% of the bet percentage was on the Steelers, 98% of the money is on Pittsburgh. 98.
Oh, okay.
Massive
So that's not a fade the public opportunity.
Right. That's not a fade the public. 84% of the money is on the Seahawks.
Okay. Again, not what we're looking for.
Okay.
When we say fade the public, we don't just mean blindly fade the public. It really shouldn't be called fade the public. It should be called ride with the sharps, because what we're looking for is places where the public and the sharps are disagreeing. In those cases, we fade the public because we trust the sharps a lot more than, Johnny whatever sitting but on the couch. We want the pros. We want to know what the pros are thinking.
That's right. That's why I like this exercise. Allows us to dig in a little further. It's like looking at the vote county by county. Now we're doing that. So Packers would be the next team at -6 against the Niners. We know Jimmy G's out 75% of the money. So another non-candidate. First candidate we do have is 63% of the money is on the Ravens -3 at the Colts. Only 50% of the money. I'm sorry. I meant 63% of the bets are on the Ravens. Only 50% of the money. That means the Colts at only 37% of the bets, but 50% of the money at +3 could be our first fade the public candidate. I can tell you my metrics do not mind that pick. YPP, which has been very high on the Colts all year, has them at -4. An estimated win at -2. Interestingly enough, if we were to make this line based off the win totals for these two teams, that spread would be Ravens -1, not Ravens -2.5 or 3, depending on where you're getting that out.
So this is a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Fading the public is not an easy exercise.
That's right.
There's a reason why the public likes who the public likes. It's because they're sexier teams.
Yes.
Picking the Colts to beat the Ravens does not feel good when you punch it in.
It does not. No, it does not.
But when you start thinking about things like this, and you start thinking about the fact that Lamar Jackson has struggled this year, and you start thinking about the fact that the Colts defense is pretty damn good.
Very good.
Well, you can talk yourself into it. I don't love it, but I'm not here to love. I'm here to win.
Right. And I could see this being a grinded out, low scoring game where, sure, Phillip Rivers makes some mistakes, which you're accounting for, but they can keep it close and at least cover that spread. Another thing to remember, we don't need an outright win. We just need that +3 or +2.5, whatever you're getting it at, to cover. Okay, we move on. We assumed that the Chargers would get a ton of love, Ryan. Mm-hmm. Complete opposite. The Raiders are getting a ton of love. So much so the Chargers have moved from 3-point favorites at home to just 1.5. Only 40% of the bets are on the Chargers. Only 12% of the money's on the Chargers. So
it's
the
not
Raiders
really
are beloved. Yes.
It's not really a fade the public type game, but I might just be patient. If it's going to shift this much, I might just be patient and go and wait for the Chargers to become underdogs, and then I'll take them.
Right, because in a high-scoring game, the Chargers can lose a game late, but it's not like the Raiders are amazing in that sense. Okay, I'm gonna move on. The Giants, another team we were bullish on. 56% of the bets, 88% of the money on the Giants. So maybe there's a bit of a shift here where you could almost say it's a ride with the sharps and somewhat with the public strategy.
I wonder if the sharps are starting to catch on to the fact that the public keeps winning.
Now,
up until last week. Until last week.
And I had a theory going into week 6, week 7, and we've talked to other bettors, and we see the stats from DraftKings and everything, that not only have the books been hurt by the public making so much money, but that professional bettors who usually do use strategies like fading the public were getting hurt this year as well. The other factor here, Ryan, to consider is, how much sharp money are we seeing in the data we have now, and how much will come in later, Friday, Saturday, even Sunday morning. So that's worth keeping in mind, because I really like the Giants. You give me the Giants with plus points, I really like the Giants. Let's get into this one, Ryan. So 52% of the bets are on the Broncos plus 3.5. What's that move to now? It opened at plus 4.
That's what I saw earlier today. So
okay, 3.5. But 65% of the money is on the Falcons.
It looks like the Broncos are. Oh, there it is. Yep, still plus 3.5. You said 65% of the money is on the Falcons.
On the Falcons, while 52% of the bets are on the Broncos. So that would be a fade the public game.
It would be a fade the public game.
Yeah.
The Broncos at plus 165.
I know. I mean, we just saw them play the West Coast version of the Falcons.
It's true.
We just saw this matchup play out. Also, let's not get too caught up in what the Falcons have done under Raheem Morris. Let's some quick data for you, though. YPP on the road would have the Broncos as a 0.5-point favorite. That's significant. That's, a full 4-point swing from how that line opened. While estimated win would have the Falcons at 4.5. So we've got a bit of a split there based on yard per play and estimated win. Estimated win, of course, takes into account point differential, and we got to remember some of that point differential for the Broncos is getting skewed by those games where they played with backup quarterbacks.
All of this being said, I'll give you a little preview of a conversation that is likely going to happen tomorrow on the DNVR Broncos podcast.
Okay.
Without Shelby Harris on the defensive line, the Broncos are in trouble.
It's a massive blow.
Think of it this way, Dre. The starting defensive line to start the season, Jarrell Casey, Mike Purcell, Shelby Harris. This weekend, Broncos likely going to have 0 of those 3 guys.
Yeah, what is it going to be? The Deshaun Williams, Draymond Jones, maybe the Marcus Walker even?
Or Sylvester Williams.
Yeah, and against a quarterback like Matt Ryan, who's not going to escape from the pocket, having Shelby Harris on the interior, who for me consistently has graded out as probably the Broncos' best player this season, is a massive blow.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts a lot. It hurts a lot.
That's not going to move the line a lot, but that's definitely, you're right. That's some inside info that matters a lot.
That's my number one advice. That's my number one thing that's telling me, maybe stay away from the Broncos this weekend. That being said, Drew Lock has his mojo back. The secondary of the Falcons is trash.
Yes. And their defense isn't that much better. And they're falling apart. Takaris McKinley really mad, that he wasn't traded. Stuff happening there. Calvin Ridley a little banged up,
Calvin Ridley, you probably take the Shelby Harris for Calvin Ridley trade if they don't have him.
Yes, you do. Absolutely. Let me find you a couple more candidates. Now, 50% of the bets are on the Bears. So Bears Titans bets are even Steven. The money massive split. 80% of the money is on the Titans.
There you go.
Really intriguing.
That's you love
Minus
when the money agrees with what your gut is telling you.
Yeah.
Which is that the Titans are a better football team than the Bears.
Another one, Panthers, Chiefs. You know that.
Also,
line.
Bears are going to be starting former Colorado Buffalo Arlington Hambright at guard this weekend.
Hambone.
Nothing against my guy, but
nothing against him.
Probably wasn't supposed to start as a rookie.
He was not. He was not supposed to start. At times was a bit of a weak link, even on that Buffs offensive line a year ago.
Playing a little out of position at left tackle.
Absolutely. Well, where will he be starting for the Bears?
At guard.
Okay. Yes, that does matter. But Jeffrey Simmons, vicious interior defensive lineman. The entire reason the Titans were able to let go of Jarrell Casey. Hambright could have his hands full. Final one, fade the public candidate. You're going to like this one as well. Panthers plus 10, 10.5, whatever. The bets, even Steven, 50%. 61% of the money, though, on the Panthers.
No one wants to hear this because they're still one of the best teams in the NFL. The Chiefs aren't clicking on all cylinders right now.
No, they're not.
And so I think there's an opportunity there. Now, when you bet against the Chiefs, you are fully aware of the fact that they might just put it together that week, and then you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah. And they're that one team where 10 points feels like 5.5 for most other teams in the NFL because they can score in the blink of an eye. They're built like that.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true. There might be some more specific opportunities here, and I say that maybe you take the first half spread for the Panthers. You're always worried about the Chiefs breaking out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes. So I can organize these from the biggest different from bet percentage to money percentage and give us some candidates to ride with the Sharks. We're changing the narrative. It's a ride with the Sharks week. Giants plus 2.5, 32% difference from bet percentage to money percentage. Titans -6, Steelers -14, Raiders +1, 1.5, whatever that's moved to now. Saints as dogs against Tampa Bay. I had not talked about this one. Small percentage of the bets favor them. Large percentage of the money is in favor of them. Saints plus 5.5. That intrigue you at home against Tampa Bay?
I told you yesterday, I want the money line.
Oh, that's right. Oh, shoot. I'd forgot all about that. One you're not going to like, Dolphins plus 3.5. 69% of the money, only 50% of the bets. I know you're a cards guy. And then, as I told you, but no, Seahawks, such a large difference of money from bets that they would also, and then it's Falcons. But anyways, now we've gotten into under 20% difference. The 20% differences are, take notes at home, kids. I'm going to say this one last time.
You should write these down too so we can revisit them on Friday.
I'm going to put them on my bet slip right now. Let me clear this out. Okay. Giants plus 2.5.
It's actually +3 right now, so you even like it better.
Beautiful. Titans -6.
Titans -6.
I really like that. I love
me too.
Betting against the Bears. Steelers -14. 13.
Love that one. It's actually 13.5 right now, which is even better.
Better yet. Then we're riding with the Raiders +1.
Don't love that, gonna be honest.
And then there's some time to change our mind on
and
that one.
Saints.
And then Saints. Yeah, +5.
Saints +4.5, which they've lost a point on that because of people like me who are just gonna say, give me that money.
Could parlay that for plus 2,300. Not bad.
He'll probably have a boost that comes our way on Saturday as well.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And you could tease that a few different ways. So, all right, man. I'm that gets me excited. That gets me
Well,
excited. I feel good about the MACtion. I feel good about these NFL picks. If you wanted, we could guess some college football picks, but we can save that for any time as well.
we'll save it for another day because we've got 13 minutes here before the MACtion begins.
Oh yeah, we better.
So you better get on a couch with a beverage, get everything dialed in, make sure you're comfortable as Wednesday night football is set to begin. So thank you guys for watching with us today, and enjoy some football on a Wednesday night. It truly is a blessing. We'll talk to you tomorrow.